Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for choosing this video. What changes I need to make in my life in order to grow? It's a way to grow? I just wanted to ask you that question. Yes, if you notice in our phones and our tablets, they require us to make an update, correct? Updates. And if you don't make an update, then you're gonna miss out so many features, so many new things, so many changes that are going on. And if we don't do the changes, then we're not gonna know. And so sometimes we need to make changes in our life in order to grow, in order to get more knowledge of something that we were missing out. Let me tell you my story. At the beginning of this year, I was helping out in making a flyer, right, for an event that was coming up in the beginning of this year. And so I put so much effort into that banner. I put so much effort during the week and all stuff, and then I wasn't chosen, I wasn't selected. My announcement or my flyer wasn't good enough, even though I thought that it was awesome. For me, it was the best thing I ever done, but for other people it wasn't, and so I was so sad during the week. I was like, why my flyer wasn't chosen, like before, and they got a new one, like a fresh one, a beautiful one with more color and everything, and then I let it go, I let it pass. Few months later, I signed up with TikTok, and I was listening to a girl that she was giving like a tutorial on how to use a web page. When I signed into that webpage, I learned and I figured that I was missing out in so many things because I was thinking in the past. My mind was still in the past. I wasn't actually updated to the new things coming up, and so I was not updated. And so that change I needed to make in order for me to inquire more knowledge in my life, and so I was happy that I actually found that, because I had to make so much adjustment, and so I was so happy about that now I'm sharing it to the world, the things that I'm learning, and I'm still learning, it's a process. Another thing that I want to testify is that that I love to testify is when I moved to Puerto Rico for 2.5 years. I always talk about that because going over there was a change for me, a change for my life. I remember, if you listen to my previous videos or my testimonies, you're gonna encounter that I was so different before I went over there, and so it gave me so much change after I decided to go over there, and that's why I talk about it so much, because I believe in change. Some people don't believe in changes, and so that's why sometimes we have so many problems with our life. Let me give you a verse, a text, Bible verse that I am implementing in this video. You could find it in Romans 8:28, and it says, "And we know that all things God worked for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." When I think about that verse, I'm like, wow, this is amazing, because everything that happens to our life, it happens for a reason. Everything that happens, and everything that happens is for our good. When I went over there, when I went to Puerto Rico, I didn't know the changes that I was gonna make in my life. I started reading the Bible, and when I started reading the Bible, something the something something incredible happened to my life. A change. I had to change in my life. Second of all, I had to change the way I ate, that way I eat. I remember that I had to cut down the chocolate. Chocolate for me is still one of my favorite desserts, but I needed to cut it down out of my life because it was making me a lot of pimples, a lot of, it was making me my stomach upset every morning, and so if I didn't cut that down, I still would have a lot of pimples everywhere. And right now I don't eat anything with mayonnaise or butter, that I eat everything that has vegan in it, everything that is made with in vegan, because if I don't eat it that way, then my face will be bad. It will be terrible. And so I had to change that in order to be different, you know what I mean? And not only that, now in these days I enjoy the nature, because I always lived all my life in city, and now in coming to a new place like in Puerto Rico, I was living in a place with a lot of mountains and a lot of trees all around me. It was kind of different, listening in the night with little weird noises and stuff like that. In the beginning it was scary, but then I was so happy to hear that. I was so happy. I didn't want to even leave because it was so beautiful living in that area, and also I had to learn in Puerto Rico. I had to learn how to do a budget, how to save money. Living here in Miami, I used to spend so much money for me buying a lot of clothes, buying things that I didn't need. And going over there, it just helped me. It allowed me to change that, And so sometimes we don't allow changes in our life because we're not allowing ourselves to give us an update. When we allow ourselves to give ourselves an update, then that's when you're gonna say, wow, I really could change. But I know sometimes it's a struggle, not that you cannot do it alone. I know it's a struggle because sometimes we cannot change by ourselves. And it's true, we cannot do it by ourselves. But that's when God comes along and comes along and that's when you have to put God into your life and say, you know what? God does change you. God needs to intervene in our life to make it change in our life. We cannot do it alone. We cannot do it alone. I mean, if we do it alone, we're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to be able to do it. But if we allow him to do it, if we allow him to come into our house and change everything, then it's going to be amazing. It's going to be extraordinary, So I hope that this message will be inspirational for you guys, for those of you that think that change is not possible. Yes, change is a possibility for everyone. Imagine if I would continue putting chemicals in my hair. Like, I thank God that I don't do that anymore, and I decided to go natural after that accident that happens to me. I have a video that explained what happened to my hair, and that's why I decided to become natural. If that wouldn't occur to me, I think that I was gonna still putting that chemical in my hair. And thank God that I chose. And thank God that I decided that change, and I chose that continue to be natural. you know, a lot of blessings came to my life, you know, a lot of blessings came to my life, and I'm so grateful for that, you know. So I encourage you, you know, I hope this video will be a motivation for your life. I hope this video will definitely help you, you know, to be motivated, to be inspired. Don't be afraid of the changes. I know the changes, it's gonna be hard, you know, in the beginning, but then you could get out of that change, you could get something, you could get a blessing for that, and you could appreciate it more. So thank you guys for listening to this video, and I hope you love it. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and share this message to a friend of yours. All right, thank you, have a wonderful day. Bye.